Hey, everybody, and welcome to Snack Draft Day. I'm Erin Taylor, also known as the Dish Diva, and coming to you from the Black Women's Health Imperative. And I am delighted to have some of our lifestyle coaches join me today so we can talk about preparing for the big game. So let's start with some quick introductions. So, coaches, if you could introduce yourself, tell me where you're from and how long you've been coaching with BWHI. I will start with Tiffany.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Phillips, and I reside in Prattville, Alabama, a little suburb outside of Montgomery, Alabama. And I have been coaching with Erin. You would ask this question. It's complicated. It's
Right.
complicated, but I'd say coaching with BWHI a few months, but I have coached with another organization in the past.
Yes, one of our partner organizations, the
Yes,
Wellness Coalition. Yep, perfect. All right, so Terry, you're up.
Hi everyone, I'm Terry Lynn Roberts, or Terry. I am here in Lafayette, Louisiana, part of the Acadiana region. We do have the best food. Don't let anybody fool you and say New Orleans does, but we have the best food in Lafayette. But I've been coaching with BWHI for about 3 years, and I coach with another organization 3 years prior to that.
All right, thank you. Welcome, Terry, and welcome, Tiffany. Nikisha, you are up next on my screen.
Hey there, my name is Nikisha Glover. I come to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, and you can call me Coach Key. I got my start with Black Women's Health Imperative as an actual participant. I love so much about the program. That started in the fall of 2020, actually preparing to go into Thanksgiving, which was like serendipitous because I got to learn some tools to help me go into, what we all do on holidays, doing a lot of eating, right? And so down the road, I would be invited to come back as a coach in 2024. Glad to be here with y'all today.
Thank you. Welcome, Nikisha. And I love this your background story too, from participant to coach. I love it. All right, Anita, you are up.
Hey, hey, happy game day, everybody. My name is Coach Anita. I am Anita Davis, and I've been with BWHI. This is my second year coaching. I'm excited and looking forward to helping once again to change women or help women change their lives. I'm excited to be a part of the program, and I hope that you all will enjoy our time together today as I come to you from snowy and cold Columbus, Ohio.
In Columbus. I was from Columbus. I moved to Hawaii from Columbus. So I'm enjoying the warm weather. I don't mean to rub it in, but
Oh, sure,
I
sure.
definitely I feel for Anita in Columbus because Columbus used to be the place that always got missed by all the weather. We go north and south of us, but this year this is not the case. So I am
Yep.
sorry.
We got
Well,
about 10 years worth.
right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. And tonight is not about rules, restrictions, or ruining game day. It's about learning how to enjoy your favorite snacks on purpose without feeling the guilt. So, y'all ready? Yeah? Woo!
Yeah.
Ready, ready, ready. Let's rock and roll.
Let's go. Yes.
All right, y'all. It is draft day, the snack draft in full effect. All right. So, as you all know, football isn't about just strength. It's about preparation. So these players train, they study, and they plan ahead so they can perform their best, especially for this big game. So we're here to let you guys know that you can do the same exact thing. So as you prepare for this big game that's happening soon, we're here to help you and create a game plan by drafting balanced snacks that help you enjoy the day without overdoing it. Okay, and again,
All
it's not about
right.
restrictions. You know, we want you to enjoy yourself. We want you to be social, but how can we do it in a more healthy way? All right, so let's get into this snack draft. See what we got going on. Okay, here we are. It's the first round of the draft. What
The
snack?
munchies.
Yes.
Oh my
Which snack will be your
goodness.
French MVP? All right. So, I mean, what are you guys thinking? We've got a couple things on the list here, but we can go outside of this. What are you guys thinking? What's going to be your crunch MVP?
So
Well,
for
that's
me, I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this, but for me with tortilla chips, especially the hint of lime Tostitos chip, like it's something in those things to where if I eat them, I keep eating them. And so it's something about that bag. I am telling you, I don't know what's in it. And so I know this is not about deprivation, right? We're not talking about restriction, but I have to put boundaries up. So I see that as a healthy boundary. So I'm going to pass on the tortilla chips that I have lack of restraint around, but I will eat the potato chips. Something crunchy. I feel like I'm better. I don't know. I can handle those a little bit better, And one thing I thought about that wasn't here was like crunchy vegetables, like carrots and celery. Those provide crunch, and cucumbers and those types of things. But for me, I feel like at a party or some big event, I feel like those things I would look back and say, man, I should have ate the chips instead of the carrots. So I don't want to leave with any regrets. Okay, I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
I love it.
Well, Tiffany, the good thing is, though, seriously, at most of these game day events, somebody has veggie trays on the table. So you don't have to miss out. You can kind of like do both things, right? One does not exclude the other necessarily. So you can enjoy some of those crunchy veggies on that veggie tray. Get you some celery with some dip and sauce. Get you some mini sweet peppers with some hummus. You can also enjoy some baby carrots with ranch. Those are some of my favorites. So I'm glad you brought up the crunchy veggies. But I'm going to have to lean the other direction with the tortilla chips because, girl, I love them. And while I don't mess with those hint of lime because I know how dangerous they can be for myself, how I have a challenge restricting myself, the organic, just regular sea salt ones, delicious. And to have those with some chunky guac, magnificent. And if I'm going to do popcorn, I'm going to make some of my own so I can determine how much sodium, how much butter and fats are unhealthy or healthier fats are on them. And I would say, that's a kind of a good recommendation for most of the stuff on the list because we want to watch our sodium levels. And we know with a lot of store-bought bag snacks, that sodium level is kind of high, but you got lots of options. You don't have to get the more sodium laden ones, sodium heavy ones. But when those delicious ones crop up, sometimes you gotta just have just a little bit, practice a little bit of restraint and enjoy them because come on now, game day is fun day and we only get to be here one time.
I think we all are struggling with them henna lime chips. Like I love the henna lime tortillas too. So I'm gonna make my MVP pick the popcorn because there are a lot of popcorn options that are healthy options. So what comes to mind is a brand called Lesser Evil. I don't know if we can name the brands or whatnot, but y'all are giving thumbs up. The Lesser Evil, I got introduced to it, and like I don't feel bad when I'm eating that particular popcorn brand. And then there's some other ones that are like 100 calories or less before per serving or whatnot. So I think just maybe keeping in mind, like turn the bag over. We always got to turn that bag over and look at the nutrition label and see how bad are we gonna be on game day.
Yes.
And y'all, I must, make me on the other end of the spectrum, but I don't like the lime. However, that guilty pleasure or the salsa verde, I don't know what it is, but the salsa verdes are really good. My husband put me onto them. And they're not necessarily the healthiest, because of the calories and the sodium. But what I do to kind of help curb that is I take out like maybe 10 of those little round salsa verde chips. And I have my little salsa on the side. And that is my fill. So I have my 10 chips. in my field, and I get that. But I know we haven't mentioned pretzels, and I do like
Mm,
pretzels, but one way to make them a little healthier is I get the sticks, and I don't know why, but I take it and I keep rolling the salt off of it, and I just eat the stick. And
very
so
good.
you can still get that crunch in there and that, the bready feeling of the pretzel, but take the salt off and you'll consume, less sodium.
I
Very
love
good
these
one, Terry.
ideas.
And speaking of pretzels, Terry, I don't know if you all have heard of that new protein pretzel. I'm not sure if I can say the brand, but there's a new protein pretzel, and I bought them home. And my husband was in the pantry one day, and he's like trying them, and he was like, "What is this?" So just to put that out there, we want to go for something that's satisfying too, right? It gotta taste good. We're just not gonna be around here eating cardboard.
Wait a minute.
So,
What is this in a good way or what is this in a bad way? I don't
in
know.
a bad way. He was like, "This is the worst thing I have ever ate."
Right. So we don't want to force ourselves to eat things that we don't like just because it's supposed to have some
Right.
added benefit, right? And
Right,
some of that is
Absolutely.
marketing. Some of that is marketing, and they're trying to pull you in. Oh, you need more protein. Come on. You
Yeah,
just added some
I know,
protein in it.
right?
But there's still some other stuff in there, and then if it doesn't taste good, it's not worth it.
Well, no matter how healthy I'm trying to be, nobody is trying to eat cardboard.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Ever. And who was talking about the pretzels? Oh my gosh, Tiffany. Have you ever tried the pretzel crisps? Those are very good. And they're like, it's the traditional like pretzel shape, right? But they're smashed almost flat.
Okay.
And there's very little sodium on them, and they're delicious, and they come in a variety of flavors. So that's something else to try. Pretzel crisps.
And I want to go back to the potato chips because, some of these things we look at and we could actually make some of this on our own. So like if you got the time, energy, capacity, like making chips at home isn't really the hardest thing to do. And
Right.
that way you can control like whether or not it has grease or butter or oil, because maybe instead of doing any of that, you put in the air fryer and you kind of put your own healthy seasoning options on the potato chips. And same could be for the tortilla chips, and like getting the what do you call it, like
Those
the
tortillas.
the whole tortillas, but they come with like the smart choice, the 100 calories or less, or the carb smart options. You know what I'm talking about when you see it in the store. And so that way you completely are in control. You cut it up and then you put in the air fryer, and you can satisfy that craving that you may be having on game day.
Yeah. And Nikisha, I will have to add, that's probably one thing, you probably don't want to show up to the game day with something you trying on other people.
That is not the day. That is not the day.
That is not the day.
Your
Maybe
snacks are
our
gonna be
holiday.
sitting right
We don't
there
do
for you.
that.
Them are your snacks.
You get
Right.
uninvited.
Or you can do it and not tell them. Be like, "Oh, look at this new chip I found. Like, oh, it looks really good. Go ahead and try it." And they'll say, "Oh, I love it." And then you can tell them after, like a couple weeks later. By the way, I made those tortilla chips.
But you know what? As I think about it as a mom, you know who will get on board? Your kids a lot of times, because you get hands-on and you get them in the kitchen with you. So perhaps like you might not be able to do that with like your adult friends and family in the same way, but the kids are usually open to trying, especially if they get involved and hands-on in the kitchen with you.
Well, let me just put a little asterisk there. After the kids get to a certain age, they are more opinionated than any adult you will ever meet in your life. Those teenagers and middle schoolers, girl, and they will not hesitate to tell you, "Mom, this is not it."
Well, I love all these ideas. I do. And I will tell you, I'm on board with the popcorn, but like Tiffany, popcorn is like, I can't stop. So even when I make it at home, I may make it a little healthier because I usually try to add like some herbs and stuff on there. Get like a salt-free herb seasoning that I can put on top of the popcorn. And I usually use, maybe some coconut oil, a little bit of coconut oil, and it's good. But then I eat the whole thing. So I'm like, okay, this can't be good. But what I like about popcorn is that it does have that fiber in it. So I think when we're thinking about snacks, we're thinking about nutrition,
Fiber.
you know, what's the benefit to us?
Right.
And I love the fact that the popcorn has that additional benefit. And you can also think about it in the same way with the tortilla chips. Maybe we get baked instead of fried. And then that way you're not getting as many of those unhealthy fats and it's not deep fried and ruining all the nutrients that could possibly be involved with that snack.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. I love this. Okay, so let's go on to draft round number 2. Let's see what we got here. It's the second round of the draft. What snack is your protein power play? Now we've got on here chicken wings, ham and cheese sliders, meatballs, chili. These might be some things that show up on the big game day, but what are y'all thinking?
Okay, let me go first because I don't eat meat anymore. I haven't eaten meat for the last 8 years. It'll be 8 years this May, Mother's Day. So anywho, I still eat seafood, and so we love game nights and board games and whatnot. And we had a game night with one of our families, and I made salmon sliders. It wasn't supposed to be a slider, but I made some salmon bites, and I was like, wait, let me put this between some bread. And y'all, it was the bomb diggity. And so back in my carnivore days, I would have like the slider or the chicken wing. But when we made these salmon sliders, they were really, really good. So I'll put that little plug to add maybe a seafood slider instead of, the meat or like a roast beef or a turkey or anything. Maybe a salmon slider. You're still getting some healthy fats, with your omegas, and just healthier overall with that superfood as opposed to like a meat variety. So definitely get that salmon sliders. But when I did eat meat, I see those wings up there. They look really, really good. You can still eat those and enjoy it, but maybe to make it a little healthier, take the skin off. Or instead of like a chicken wing, maybe a chicken breast, and maybe have like some tenders with the sauce, a dry rub instead of like the wet rub. Yeah.
Okay, I love that, and I'm like taking notes of that salmon slider because that sounds amazing.
They sound delicious.
It does.
Chili sauce. Oh my gosh. I think it's like Kukuman, whatever the brand, but I use that, and I take some fresh ginger and I slice it like with a potato slicer, and I slice some ginger. I do the low sodium soy sauce and almonds. I like the slivered almonds, and I just marinate that, and it is really, really good. And yeah.
Really good. All right. We might be asking for the recipe later.
Right. Share.
Any other ideas around the protein power play?
Tuna is another option for seafood. I love a good tuna salad, or a little tuna dip, and then turkey sticks, right? That you can pick up in a lot of different places. You just want to watch and see what's. You're going to flip again and read that label and see what else they have in there. But turkey sticks are yummy. And then if you do chicken wings, one thing I do, Terry, instead of frying, we don't fry anything for years. I put them in the oven. I do oven fried chicken, and I put the wings on a baking sheet. And if I do just the traditional one, it's, all the Old Bay and all those other lovely things for the seasonings. But one of my favorite game day go-tos is honey hot sauce wings, and I just marinate them. I marinate them in honey hot sauce, and I do it to taste, but they're not too sweet and they're not too spicy. And just marinate them real good. Put them on that baking pan. Put them in the oven. Delicious. Delicious.
I like that.
And I know chicken wings, they are usually, like, you see that, right, at most game day parties or whatever. But for me, they don't have enough meat on them. I'm like, I have to eat all these things if I'm like, I want no chicken wings. I'm gonna have to go through like 20 of them to get some meat. So I'm gonna go with this good old chili, because I feel like with the beans in it, you get more fiber, as Erin talked about with the popcorn. And that's going to make you, with the fiber and the protein, is going to make you feel fuller longer. And I feel like I won't be as prone to graves throughout the game because I'm full now and I don't even want these lime tortilla chips. So I'm gonna go with the chili.
Okay.
Tiffany.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I can send you a really good sweet potato chili recipe. Of course, I don't eat meat, but it's sweet potatoes instead of the meat and the beans, the 3 different types of beans, but it's really, really good and it tastes like chili because of the cumin. That gives it the chili flavor. And so it's really, really good. That would be my number 2, and I'm glad you said chili because we don't really, think of beans as a protein, even though it's a really good, staple protein. The fiber, the iron, all the good stuff. So yeah, sweet potato chili. That's another go-to.
I'm just saying, share those recipes widely, boo. Share the recipes widely.
I need the only one that's going to
We're all drooling over here.
So I was gonna also I want to talk about 2 of the things that are on here. I want to talk about the chili and I want to talk about the wings. And maybe if there's time, I'll talk about the meatballs as a bonus. But the wing, well, actually, I'm gonna choose my protein power play to actually be the chili. I'm in agreement with you, Tiffany. And then for me, what makes my chili is to be able to put some other toppings on it and whatnot. So like some people would put like sour cream, but for me, I have swapped out sour cream out of my diet and replaced it with Greek yogurt. And so being able to, it gives it that little bit of creaminess. And you see like cheese is on this chili here. So I like mine with a little cheese and a little hot sauce. That's it. I'm full. Oh, I was about to get excited and say, "Oh, give me some cornbread," but the cornbread is a flag. But
flag on the plate. Flag on the plate.
Flag on the plate. I was about to get too excited, too far, too fast. But for me, the basis, I can be happy with just the chili, a little dollop of Greek yogurt and cheese and some hot sauce, and I'll be satisfied. And like you, I won't have to crave the lime tortilla chips. With the chicken wings, as I was hearing y'all talk about it, I was just thinking too, like I love putting chicken wings in the air fryer. Like this is probably the second time y'all heard me talk about the air fryer, but like it just really does eliminate the need for any oil. It comes out just as crispy, maybe not breaded. Like I don't know about doing breaded things in the air fryer, but we probably shouldn't be doing the breaded stuff anyway, or limiting our breaded stuff anyway. But as far as the crispiness, you can definitely get that out the air fryer. And then if I can touch on the meatballs, okay. So I haven't tried this, but if I were going to, I know y'all said we can't be bringing new stuff to the game day experience.
I'm like, no, we just talked about this, Nikisha.
People might not like this new stuff, but I just want to give a shout out to lentils, because once I discovered lentils and realized like lentils have such a firm consistency that can take on the flavor of whatever seasoning you put in it. I just got this imagination here that I could make a lentil-based meatball, meat-free option. But I don't know. I'm gonna leave that to the vegans and vegetarians to tell me if that's true or not.
You can do that though, Nikisha. You can, and it's really, really good. It's I get some, and I know it's way off, but I get some. It's already made. I'm a little lazy sometimes, and I put it in my pasta instead of having like a meatball. I have my vegan meatballs, and it's really good. And it's really the seasonings that you put inside. It brings out the flavor of everything. Of course, your spices and herbs, not necessarily the salt and pepper, but spices and herbs, and it's really, really good. So I can send y'all a recipe, but Nikisha, you have a recipe. You gotta have to share that meatball recipe with us.
I don't even have the recipe. I just know, like, I have experimented with lentils and like how they can take on the flavor, like you said, in your spaghetti or in other things. Like, I just foresee getting the lentils cooked up, mashing them together, making them ball-like, and again, all the seasonings you described, being able to then introduce some little barbecue sauce and call that thing a day.
I love that, and I love the fact that you're like thinking out of the box too, because that is a way to get the protein, a little bit of protein and fiber. into the thing. And I think that when we're talking about fiber and protein, those are things that are going to help you stay fuller longer. So protein is always going to be an important choice. Like when you're snacking, try to get that protein in because it does help you feel fuller longer. It helps curb that hunger. But it helps there's so many functions that protein does, it helps maintain a healthy weight. It helps, it's like the responsible for building and repairing muscle. But in the frame of us eating these snacks, it's going to help you feel fuller. So you're not going to be going over there and getting those lime tortilla chips every time. You're going to eat the chili or the meatballs, and you can see we got some. If you do chicken meatballs, which those obviously look like chicken meatballs, they don't look like beef meatballs. Mm-hmm. And you're going to get a little less of that saturated fat in there as well. And you guys all made some really good points, and I just want to say, Nikisha, if you want to do something with lentils too, because you like the lentils, soup right now is going to be big because it is cold outside. So when everybody's doing these gatherings,
or some of us,
right? See, I didn't even go there. You were the one who brought it up. But bringing in a soup, I don't think people were going to be mad at that. Yeah, and as long as it's flavorful, you may be introducing people to a whole new world, and they never really thought about lentils. So I think that's always fun. And then I know we mentioned doing fish. I love the idea of the salmon sliders, but also just kind of thinking about that in the sense of a dip. I think Anita might have said that, and of course we're going to be talking about sauces and dips later on, so we can bring that up again. But there's a whole world of things going on here that we could dip into. Mm-hmm. But I want to kind of think about, so as people are listening to this, and we're giving them all these ideas and stuff, what happens if they go into a celebration, big game celebration, and they don't really have all that control over this stuff? So kind of keep that in mind as well. But as we're talking about it, obviously we're thinking about the sense of we can bring our own stuff. But what if they don't have the desire or the ability to do that? So kind of think about what kind of strategies and tips you can give them for that. And as we go into the next round here, it's the third round. So what dips and sauces are you choosing to take or to indulge in at the big game celebration?
This is a hard one.
Mm-hmm. And remember, there's more than what's on this list. We can think about more than what's on this list.
Well, I think everything on the list is a thumbs up. You just want to watch what you're consuming with the ranch in terms of the fat content, right? And the cholesterol content. Also with the salsa, you want to make sure there's not too much sodium. And then if you should have any issues with GERD or any other sorts of digestive stuff, you want to make sure it's not too spicy so that you're not going to inflame your esophagus or your belly. Hummus, delicious, just always delicious. Guac, especially chunky. And, some people do things like a yogurt drizzle, right? Who was it that was talking about using yogurt? Yes, lots of people will do, right. They'll use a Greek yogurt drizzle as a dip. There's so many other things that you can do besides what's on the list, but what's on the list is really, really good. Mm-hmm. I can see myself enjoying all four of those.
Right. And I agree with that, Anita. And as you said, with the ranch, I think the thing there is being mindful of portion size. Right. Because that 2 tablespoons is really small, for that little bit, that turn that, I think somebody said, turn that package over and see, what am I getting for this? So just be mindful of that. But you also, when you're eating vegetables too, so your body absorbs those fat absorbing vitamins, you need some fat to go with them, right. So we need it. We just, want to be mindful of how much we are having. But, like you said, guacamole, hummus, you get those other additional benefits from the avocados and the chickpeas. So I think they're all
And then with the ranch, you can make your own. I know, I don't know if Albertsons is like a national chain or whatnot, but not to promote them, but I know there's a veggie dip and it's ranch, but it's made with carrots and broccoli and cauliflower inside, and it's really good. When I was a carnivore and was able to eat dairy, but it was really good, and you didn't have to have like a big scoop of it. We would do the 2 tablespoons of that, and it would kind of stretch, and because you're already eating a vegetable, you're eating vegetables on top of vegetables with the ranch, and so you can always modify that. Like I tell the participants, you can always modify it if you're gonna make it yourself. I think Nikisha was talking about the Greek yogurt as opposed to like the regular ranch or dressing. Just modify it if you like it. I love guacamole. It may not be so healthy if you buy it in the store, but if you can make it yourself, you know what you're putting inside. You don't have to, put a whole bunch of salt in it. You can, put tomatoes, you can put onions and jalapenos, to give it other flavors, other than the salt.
And you're so
and
right.
I think,
about...
go ahead.
I was gonna say you're so right. And with the guacamole, it's really easy to make. I know y'all just told me we got to get away from like the things to bring, but like that one is such an easy thing to make. Bring the avocado, bring the tomato, bring the onions to the game day celebration, and like before first quarter is over, you can have made like it's not even gonna take first quarter. Like it'll take maybe 2 minutes to really make up that guacamole, and like it's really delicious when it's freshly made. And then y'all were talking about the salsa, so I'm gonna choose salsa also. But what I've had to learn to do to get the right salsa, again, Tiffany, like you were saying, let's turn that label over, because Anita, you mentioned the sodium on it, and for me, it's the sugar content in some of the salsa brands. And I have found the salsa that, because when I'm trying to change up from brand to brand, if they don't sell the salsa brand that I want anymore in the store, what has been consistent is if it's less than 1 gram of additional sugars in there, it's always the right salsa for me, like taste wise. But then if you get like more than 1 gram, 2 grams of added sugar, it winds up being too sweet for me when it comes to salsa. So if you want like a salsa in the purest form, turn the label over, check for 1 gram or less of added sugar. And just side note, salsa is easy to make too, but I understand if you don't want to make that too.
Nikisha, you can come to my party. You can make the salsa and the guac tableside. Just bring all your
stuff. I'd be happy to. I'm coming.
Well, and some other versions of salsa could be like a corn salsa or pico de gallo. You don't have to have like a liquidy salsa. You can just have all the freshly cut veggies. Those are some great options as well. I know some people like a buffalo dip, which can be a little tricky because I haven't seen it made yet where it wasn't laden with maybe some stuff that's not the best for your heart health, right? But there are some other options that are out there, not just what's there on the list.
Oh, but that reminds me, like hot sauce by itself, like just being able to have a hot sauce to add on or sprinkle on whatever you're having with that can be a nice replacement. So it might not be the buffalo chicken dip that you're craving, but the hot sauce is going to give you some good seasoning.
Yes. And another thing I thought about is cottage cheese. I know everybody's in that cottage cheese era, but I cannot get with that texture. But if you love it, that's a good option for you. And I love that for you, but I just can't.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't work for me, Tiffany, for a dip, but my goodness, cottage cheese and some pineapple. Whew, delicious.
Yes, I can do it with pineapple, but that's the only thing I can do it with is pineapple, and I have to have a little bit of juice coming from that pineapple,
right?
And then a little bit of slivered almonds. That's anything else will not do.
We love that for y'all.
Yeah, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it all.
Well, these are good suggestions for the dips and salsa. And I love that. I mean, guacamole is definitely has the healthy fats in it. And the avocados have fiber. And then the hummus, you've got the healthy fats in there from the tahini. And then you've also got those chickpeas, which are high in protein and high in fiber. So, I mean, looking at what you have on the table now, if there's a queso there and you love queso, get a little bit. But that's, again, we're talking about portion control. But if you can find that one sauce that has some, it's nutrient dense, it's got a lot of different, vegetables in it, or has those healthy fats. Or as we mentioned in the previous slide, we talked about having like a fish dip. Now you've got your protein as well. And make sure it's a, good quality fish that you're using to make the dip. I love them. I love it. All right, let's see what's next. Our next draft pick. This is the fourth round of the draft. So which sweet treat will you choose? Now this is a good one because,
Good stuff.
people are going to have all kinds of sweets there and they're typically not healthy.
I just want the whole tray of fruits. I just want the whole thing right now.
Same. Same.
But what I found, y'all, because we always have, obviously, with me, not even me and my family, we always have a fruit and vegetable tray. But what I found over the years, they always go first. If it's there, they're going to eat it. The kids, the adults are like, oh, this is good. I haven't had an orange in so long. I haven't had a kiwi in so long. They always go for the fresh produce first. And it's like, okay, now we can go back and eat the other things. But I definitely would highly encourage, if there is a sweets table, definitely have some fresh fruit on there. I'm not a banana pudding girl. I'm from the South and I did not like banana pudding. But I know, right? Anita's like, how dare you, the blasphemy. Somebody is like, I do not
my
like
pearls.
I don't like the mushy vanilla wafers. I like no, but I definitely will have a dibble dabble of a cookie and a brownie. If it's oatmeal raisin, it's my weakness. But I do find when we have those fruit and veggie trays, they are the first to go, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? But definitely don't overdo it. And I know we were talking about earlier. Erin said, like, what if that person really doesn't have a choice on what they can make, or they're going somewhere and they don't have a choice of what's there? Maybe having half a cookie, right, instead of the whole thing. Or if there is a brownie, maybe if it's already squared, cutting it in another square and only getting a portion of that, still to satisfy the sweetness, your sweet tooth for it, but not consuming the whole thing, right? Just being mindful of the portion of it. But definitely get that veggie tray.
And that's what I was thinking too, Terry, because I'm the girl who, if it's like a whole bunch of stuff and you go through and you see like a cookie broke off or brownie broke off, that was me. I just, because I can't decide what I want, so I'm just going to get a little, well, I want it all. And so I'm just going to taste a little sliver of everything. So I get that little tongue and break a little piece off of this, a little piece off of this, get a little teaspoon of pudding, and I just have a charcuterie dessert plate.
Hey. A teaspoon of pudding. A teaspoon.
Okay, well, the cookie is probably a tablespoon in of itself, so maybe.
Sorry, I just had to stop you on that one. The teaspoon.
Okay. Erin calling me out. Okay.
I'm with Tiffany. I like the idea of a dessert charcuterie board,
Yes.
Just my own personal one, like to myself, but heavy on the fruit. So maybe like pile it up with fruit and then just enough to be able to know what the other things taste like. But I can tell you sometimes the cookies, if I know what a cookie tastes like already, you're not tempting me with that cookie. Like if I already know what that cookie tastes like, you got that from the grocery store. Like it was nothing novel about it. Okay, I'm a save my calories for that banana pudding that I know is gonna hit, But now if you store bought that banana pudding, you ain't tempting me either on that one,
Girl.
Leave that there. I'm gonna say leave that store-bought banana pudding there.
That has to be the one place where it would be a sin to not make your own. This is where you bring your own mix, Lakeisha.
Okay.
With the banana pudding. You better not come with store-bought banana pudding ever.
And not everybody's banana pudding is the same though too. So there's been times when I've gone and I'm like, oh, that banana pudding, I'm gonna pass. Like it just does not look appealing. So I'm like, okay, thank you for that.
And girl, quietly, we can say that about everything on this list, on every single draft. Not everybody's anything is the same. So you can't. What do we like to say? You can't eat everybody's cooking.
Yeah. That's an easy way to save calories right there. Like it's embedded. Like I ain't eating everybody's banana pudding. And that's gonna save you off the rip right there. If it ain't grandma so-and-so or auntie so-and-so, like
right. It ain't worth it.
I'm gonna use that from now on, Nakisha. I'm gonna save my calories. You're not gonna tip me with my calories. I'm gonna use that.
What I really want. And I will say one of the exceptions we can make for buying somebody's banana pudding is if you go to somebody's restaurant, right? And they're known for delicious banana pudding. That's different from getting it from the grocery store. But you can buy somebody else's when it's that.
Well, what did you say? And they gotta be known for it being good.
That's what I said. They gotta be known.
I was just gonna say, even then, that's still kind of tricky.
Right. Known from reliable sources.
Right. There you go.
And then
trust your sources.
And then on the brownies thing, like again, like I don't get tempted by brownies unless like it's a particular. But again, like I know what a Sam's Club brownie look like, or not to call them out. I'm sorry to call y'all out. But I'm just saying they not gonna tempt me looking at that on the table. Look, my next sentence might sound like I'm talking about them, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about brownies you see in general. But like it's a certain brownie that's like, ooh, I want that. But if you see that dry and hard brownie, don't nobody want no dry, hard brownie. Again, you're not tempting me with that.
Where the top looks like all the crackling on the Sahara Desert. Right?
No. In those cases, you hope that somebody brings them there, and then you're not tempted, right? Oh, so-and-so is going to make that brownie, so I know I'm not going to worry about it. That's part of the planning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's always the first thing we do, like, who made that?
Mm-hmm. Do you understand?
Exactly.
And we do it quietly. We go up and we ask the host or the hostess, hey, who made the such and such and the so-and-so? Absolutely.
And that's another good tip though. It's like Nakisha talks about, like, it ain't worth my calories. It's like scan everything first. Right. Like, let me see, like, what do I truly want, what truly looks good, and then like get a lay of the land first, so you don't be over here wasting these hard-earned calories you done earned, and you done been working out, and you doing all your CYL squared program, and then you get here and you like, you need dry brownies, and then you eat it, you like, I shouldn't have ate that. So scan it all, make sure it's worth it, then pick.
Absolutely. Tiffany, you bring up a great point. It's about planning your day, right? Planning your strategy. So get the lay of the land and figure out what's going to work and where you're going to use your calories. Because you saved up for this day. You saved up for game day because it's going to be a spread wherever you go. So you want to make sure it's worth the investment of your calories and the time you're going to need to spend the next day in the gym. Right, to get it all back up, or at home on your floor, or walking around your neighborhood.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So and I think one thing that goes into the planning too is, as we talked about with the previous slides, that protein is going to be important. That fiber is going to be important. So if you make sure you get those items that have a little bit of good protein, some good fiber, nutrient-dense stuff, then that means you're not going to come to the dessert table and want everything. Right? Because we eat with our eyes first. And if you come into that game day starving, guess where you're going? Your plate is going to be piled high full of all the stuff that you probably shouldn't be eating, and then you're going to eat it quickly. So then you're going to eat way too much, and then you're going to be full and bloated and feel miserable. So I mean, just kind of having a plan, going with that protein and fiber first, and then when we get to the sweet treat, it's not so big. You're kind of like, I can just eat a little corner of that brownie and I'm good.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Because you want to make part of your game plan that you want to leave with no regrets. Yeah. Right? Oh, I ate too much, or I didn't eat the one thing I really wanted to eat. I wasted my calories on so-and-so's potato salad, and I should not have wasted my time or my calories. you want to leave with no regrets. So
that also brings up a good point too, like, because you wasted your calories on that potato salad and maybe it wasn't so good. So just get a tiny bit of the things that you think you want. And then when you just little taste test them, you're like, yeah, I don't need any more of that. Yeah. And that'll help you with the rest of your plate, right? Then you know the stuff you can go back and get a little bit more of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, some other ideas for sweet treats, Erin, real fast. No, you don't have to change the slide, but what about smoothie cups? That's something that you can do, like a little mini smoothie cups, or even some shaved ice, Miss Hawaii. You can have some shaved ice and just a little bit of drizzle of something on the top that would be flavorful. Those are options as well.
Okay, I like it. Well, that kind of goes into the next round, because it's the fifth round of the draft. So what drinks are you sipping on? So that could go into that, the smoothies and the shaved ice.
Absolutely. Water. Yes. My number one beverage. Water. Hello. Yep. And infused water is amazing. I know sparkling water is here. I just am conscious of how much carbonation I'm going to have. So I want to make sure if I'm going to add some flavor, I'm going to infuse that water with like some cucumber and mint, or some strawberry and lemon, or lemon by itself. Agua fresca, which is really well known in Latin America and Mexico and other places. That's another delicious drink. No carbonation. You're adding some fruit syrup or fresh fruit to it as well. Just another version of infused water. My favorite. Water.
I second that, Anita. Gotta have I only drink one type of water. Everyone knows I will have my Ozarka, and that is it. I will go thirsty because I'm not gonna drink anything else. But I'm not too reserved that I will not have an alcoholic beverage, and I love the little wine coolers, or the Stella Rosa. And with those, and I like to tell participants, like, still have fun, right? And enjoy the night. But don't drink a case of it. Try not to drink a case of it, because then you're just taking in empty calories, a whole bunch of sugar, and you're kind of wasting it, right? And so fill up on water. And I'm glad we came here, because even throughout the time that you're at the party or the game day, start off by drinking water, right? Drink it in between, you taste testing, going through the crunches, the sweets, the dips, the chickens. Have water with you. And so you're filling up the whole time. And by the end of the night, you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to eat a whole bunch of sweets, but definitely have that water and enjoy yourself. We have daiquiris here, and I'm sure, in other states. Daiquiris, they're really, really good. A lot of sugar. But don't go out and drink a whole gallon of a daiquiri, but still have fun, enjoy your time. And I do love a good wine cooler, a little Stella Rosa, but just be mindful of the sugars, the empty calories, with that. And of course you're traveling, right? So you don't want to drink a whole bunch of alcohol and get on the road, and, just be safe and responsible. So dibble dabble here and there, have fun. Water, of course, number one, Anita, gotta have the water. And still enjoy the night with, family and friends, but be safe and be responsible.
And one thing I like to do too is Crystal Light, like either a packet or the little squeeze. I don't know what's in it, so I don't do it a lot. But you know how sometimes you go out, even if you're like at a restaurant, they give you this cup of water and it just tastes like the environment or like dirt or whatever it is. So you
Right.
pop a little squeeze of that in there, mix it up. So I always have one in my purse that I can just pull out. So maybe you bring that to game day if water gets a little boring. But another thing I thought about that wasn't listed here is kombucha. I really like kombucha, and so I'll put that in a wine glass, you know, and it's like, you know, so make it feel kind of fancy, festive, or like you're kind of having a drink too. But yeah, that's an option.
Yeah, I like
I'm
the
still
idea.
trying. I haven't found a good kombucha for myself yet. I keep trying. I'll get it. I'll get there. I'll get there.
Yeah, I got my kombucha actually sitting right beside me. Mine is a pineapple spirulina that I have right now. It's a store
Oh,
brand.
okay.
That's
Okay.
good. Oh, were you about to say something?
I was saying that's what I have in this coffee. I don't drink coffee. I was like, kombucha's in here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and the
we,
nice thing
we're
about
on
the
the same
kombucha,
wavelength, Tiffany. Today we
Yes.
had a lot of stuff in
Right.
common. So I do like the idea of the kombucha. I wasn't even thinking about that for a game day party. But what I was thinking in this list was actually sparkling water. Is my go-to. But I heard you, Anita, when you said you try to stay away from the carbonation. But those of us who can tolerate the carbonation of a sparkling water, remember back on that slide that had the fruit tray? We can make our sparkling water up real
Absolutely.
fancy. Put some of that fruit in there from the fruit table. Maybe get like a little splash of, like, if you feel like you need some flavor, like maybe there is a punch that's there. You can take a splash of the punch so that it's not the full cup of punch that you're
Right.
drinking, but you're getting a little bit of an essence of making a little razzle dazzle on your little sparkling water for a game day. And there are a lot of like nice options for sparkling water. There's one that's at my grocery store that's like a orange vanilla. I love it. And I can always put like a little fat splash of orange juice in it, and it feels like I'm drinking a mimosa. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I love it. Love it.
Go with that one. And then I was thinking about the alcohol piece. What I do know, if you are going to do the alcohol, I hear that taking the shot is better than the mixed drink. So do it in moderation. Drink it straight if you're gonna drink it, and try to cut back on all the chasers that you would add to the alcoholic beverage if you're gonna partake in that.
And then Tiffany, you actually made me think of something when you said you put your thing in the wine glass. For the moms or expecting moms, nursing moms, we're not drinking alcohol, right? And I can say that because I've done it before. Is put my water in a wine glass. I put my juice in a wine glass so I can feel like I'm part, of my baby's one now. But, you still want to get the feel, the vibe of the room. I just put my water or my juice in a wine glass, make my little toast with everybody, and I'm, still included in the festivities. So that's an option for the moms, the nursing moms, the expecting moms, who still want to partake and feel, part of the group. Just put your drink in a wine glass, a stemless wine glass, or, what is it, a tumbler or whatnot, and you can still be part of the group.
And that's true for those who maybe don't drink, for other reasons, and they just want to still feel a part.
Yeah, I love this idea of the sparkling water kind of serving multiple purposes, but and I'm thinking of it along the lines of people who drink a lot of pop. Well, I say pop, sorry, soda. But if they're drinking pop, that this is a way that they can kind of get away from it a little bit by just having that same carbonation, but without having all of that sugar and the calories that go with it. So yeah, sparkling water is great. And then like adding in, I love the idea of that juice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to tell my mom that because she loves mimosas. So maybe I'll be like, just add a little juice to the sparkling water. And then
a common misconception people think, again, this goes back to turning the labels over. Most sparkling waters, if you pay attention to the label, it has nothing added but the water and the fruit essence and whatnot. So you're not competing against sodium. You're not competing against sugar to do anything harmful to your diet. So I want to encourage folks to really consider sparkling water when you feel like you need something different than just flat water, or like Anita said, the addition of the flavored waters and stuff. That's really gonna satisfy that desire for something different than just flat water.
And you want to fill up on, you don't want to, oops, I'm sorry. I was going to say, you don't want to fill up on the drink. You want to make sure that you get to enjoy those foods. So if you're drinking a whole lot of drink, guess what? Now you're not eating anything, and now you just have a whole bunch of empty calories.
Right. And just going back to the carbonated, and you know how sometimes, you know, especially when you have a heavy meal, you've been eating heavy, you feel like I need a burp. And so you're like, I need something that's gonna like bring something out. So when I have like a sparkling water, I call it my beer. I'm like, I'm gonna go drink my beer. But you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. And even if you're not going to burp, Tiffany, you bring up a great point. With certain foods, it just doesn't sit well, I think, for your digestive system, for your taste buds to have a flat beverage, right? If you're going to have wings, if you're going to have something spicy, you want something with some zip, right? And that's going to be a sparkling beverage. And that's where infusing it with, like you said, Nikisha, adding a little splash of juice, adding the fresh fruits, doing both things, but just giving you that little bit of fizz, that zip to help complement, right, what you're eating, that goes well with something with some zip to it.
I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna get in trouble though. I was thinking about like, okay, what would be my go-to drink on like just family gatherings and things like game day? Like if there's a ginger ale around, I'm gonna get a ginger ale, but y'all got to be careful with the ginger ale because that sugar content is off the chart. So I don't know if there are any recommendations out there around how we gonna get around that ginger ale.
Girl, there are some homemade ginger ale recipes that are delicious. I don't know what they put in it, but North Star is a local restaurant here, and I know they do have locations in some other places. Their homemade ginger ale is one of the best things you will ever drink in your life. It's delicious.
And I gotta come to Ohio to get it. Okay. Let me get out of the snow first.
You know, there's some great internet sleuths out there who have figured out how to make it at home.
Maybe you can use like alternative sweeteners, like experiment with alternative sweeteners, something that's a little bit lower calorie, because I'm sure it's still going to be higher in sugar. And, you know, just finding ways around that would be beneficial as well.
And y'all know one thing we didn't talk about that I think could be easily like an added health benefit if we're dealing with drinks and stuff is tea. Like I could see tea being a good go-to. Oh, Anita,
I was going to mention that. Get you some hot or even cold tea. You can make it yourself. You control how much sugar goes in it. I am in love with stevia. Has not really found me yet, and I haven't found it, but I love agave. So when I make my hot tea, it's less sugar than traditional honey, and it doesn't in any way take away from the taste of what I'm drinking. It doesn't overpower it, right? Like traditional bees honey. Agave is my go-to, and my turmeric and turmeric and spice tea. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. That's what I'm having right now. But lemon and ginger tea, there's so many different varieties you can make, hot or cold. And another drink that we didn't talk about, Nikisha, when we're talking about alcoholic, red wine or white wine, right? Or a sparkling wine, but those are also options as well. We just want to make sure we're watching the sugar content, the sodium content. But for some of us, alcohol is not really my thing. And so kudos to anybody who can take those shots because I am a lightweight.
Cool. Well, we talked about a lot of drinks on this draft round. So let's move on to our next one here because that is the final round. And so we're going to just test these sentences here, right? So these are some of the things we might be telling ourselves. So I want you guys to say if this is a flag on the play or a clean hit, okay? So I trust myself around food.
Clean hit.
Clean hit. Yep.
Clean hit.
Okay.
Clean.
Mindful eating ruins the fun.
Flag on the
play.
Flag on the play. 15-yard penalty.
Yes.
All right. Protein isn't important.
Flag. Play.
And we had a whole conversation about protein. So,
Right.
Yes.
yes. All right. Enjoying snacks without restriction is possible.
That's a clean hit.
Clean hit.
Flag.
Okay. Yeah. We came up with some good ideas
Ish.
around that. Once I start snacking, I can't stop.
It's a
What
flag.
what are we
Lime
snacking?
tortilla chips are calling
Oh my
someone.
balls.
What are we snacking?
But I feel like it's kind of both because it's like you know yourself.
Right.
Yes.
So if
Mhm.
you know that those lime chips are going to be calling you and you won't be able to stop, then that's a good thought that for you to have. That's a good mindful thought for you to have and say, I'm going to stay away from them.
Part of the
Right. And
game day
isn't that
plan.
part of the CYL square curriculum, trigger foods? Like when
Yes,
you
there you
know.
go. Yep. And you know that's your trigger
Absolutely.
food, so you better not bring a bag of those to the party.
And
Right.
stay away if you see them on the table. Stay away.
Right.
Mhm.
Or you can
Eat that
portion
protein
out.
first.
Just take 10 and put it in a snack bag and have your 10, and
And
that's
then
your
I go
fill.
back for another 10, like, and then another 10. And I done lost track of the snack bags I done had.
And maybe the issue is that you're trying to snack and go get some food. Go fix your plate with the protein so you can get full. Drink your water so your belly can be full.
That's sparkling water with fruit juice.
Right.
Fill it up.
All right, the next one is game day doesn't count.
Oh,
Flag
flame.
on the
Flag.
play.
Flag.
Yeah. You can make an excuse for every day of the year. Oh, this is
Mhm.
my friend's birthday. Oh, this is a wedding. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh,
Mhm.
every day of the
Mhm.
year cannot count. And so you're still back at square one, right? And you can find an excuse all the
Yes.
time. All right.
Mhm.
Well, enjoyment is part of nourishment.
I'm gonna say
Clean
Clean.
hit.
flame.
That's
That's
Yeah.
clean.
clean.
Because
Hmm.
you want to enjoy. I mean, you're there socializing and stuff. You want to have some enjoyment with it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
And well,
what's
and
the
you want
point
to
of
nourish
going?
your soul,
Mm-hmm.
Right,
right?
Mm-hmm.
right.
Good food is meant to be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I'll
and I,
add like the enjoyment part comes
Mm-hmm.
with not just the chewing of it, but taking in the entire experience of the food that
That.
you're eating. Like,
Yeah.
how does it smell? Who prepared it? Like, getting the story of who prepared it, like the good stuff. We're not talking about the stuff we don't want to eat, but the good stuff. Oh, can I have that recipe? Because that, like, just really continues to build on the foundation of love that you have with your family and friends that you're sharing on. So, like, really enjoying from a perspective of experiencing all your senses, all five of your senses
Yes.
when you're eating.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that, Nikisha. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And just really even taking the time to enjoy it and not just scarfing it
Absolutely.
down because it's something you love, but like savor that bite, and just kind of be mindful of how it feels, in your mouth and the taste buds it's hitting and I mean all of that. Like you said, the whole experience is important.
And a big part of like the game day experience, right, with all of those things that you're going to be having personally is the community.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And in this day and age, right now, we all could really use some community. It's one of the best things going out there. So make that part of the enjoyment as well.
Yeah.
Participate, be part of the group, be part of the experience, and enjoy the food. Dive
Yeah.
in, just have your game plan in place. When and
Mm-hmm.
where you can, instead of you might need to BYOB, but also BYOG, bring your own grub if you can. Bring your own grub, even if it's a small something that you think maybe not everybody's going to enjoy, but you don't want anybody, dogging you saying, oh, how dare so and so bring just something for herself. But
Yeah.
if you also just explain, like they talked about in CYL Square, when you make other people part of your journey and you let them know, I'm doing this for myself. I want to, take care of my health. It really matters to me. I want to be here for all of you, and I hope you can be here to support me. That's something you can make as part of your game day plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Using all of those things that we learned in the program to
Yeah.
to to make this work. And I think we talked a lot about like snacks that we would like. I think one of the things that I think about when it comes to like my snack playbook, I'm always the one that brings the veggie tray or a salad.
Salad.
Because when you're going to these events, like that's not going to be there. And while not everybody takes
Mhm.
part in it, there's going to be a lot of people there that are like, oh, good. I'm glad you brought, oh, this salad looks so,
Yeah.
and they're going to eat it. I
Mm.
guarantee it. Like I guarantee it because then, not everybody loves vegetables, but they do like a little, for some reason, like the carrots and the celery and those
Yeah.
cucumbers or something. People always partake in that. So
Right.
I'm always one to bring that sort of thing. That way I know I have something that's going to be nutritional for me to eat. And so I can start with that and then I can go about the room and figure out what else I'm going to eat. But I know I got my salad in, I got my nutrients in, I got my vitamins in, I ate the rainbow. I'm good to go. And that's where we
Right.
create that balance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does anybody have anything to add to that? I mean, I think we kind of went over all of our little like snacks, but if you have one go-to snack, you can mention that.
I've
I
gotten
would.
into your point about the cucumbers, the little small cucumbers,
Mm-hmm.
and like they're comparable to the size of like a pickle or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten into that for hydration and health benefits and stuff.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
Oh gosh, and Akeisha, thank you for mentioning that. It's not my go-to snack, but we didn't talk about pickles.
Mm.
Oh,
Another good thing to have as a snack.
it
Mm-hmm.
is. It is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other ones to mention? Otherwise, we can go on to the next one, which is our bonus round. Let's see here. Our bonus round. So, what can others do to keep themselves busy or occupied besides eating during the big game? Now, and keep in mind that some of these women that are coming may not even be interested in the game. They're just coming for the social aspect. So, what can you do?
Play games.
Play
You took it out of my mouth.
games.
I was gonna say, where are the cards at? Let's get
Yeah.
that on the
I
players table.
I'm so
Play
Yeah.
sporty. I
games.
love the game. If it's a team, I love football, I love sports, but I'm sitting there. I'm the girl that's sitting there paying attention, calling all the flags, plays, and
Right.
whatnot. But for others, games like cards, spades, different types of games you can play, family board games and whatnot, or just even talking and or putting on. My kids love the what is it, the videos with the dancing, like Boots on the
Oh,
Ground and all those. They love
Oh
watching the
yeah.
videos
Line
of people
dancing.
dance,
all
and
the
we will
line
spend
dances.
hours. Yes, and that's something else for the people who are not paying attention to the game. They can just watch line dances and get
And
up and
learn
do
them.
physical activity
Mm-hmm.
while they're doing the line dances the whole time, and break a sweat, have fun, burn off those extra calories from the tempting
Mm-hmm.
foods, and
Mm-hmm.
just really enjoy the atmosphere. Like
Yeah.
Nikisha was saying, just really enjoy everybody in that community. So
Yeah.
And
And
we
Absolutely.
another.
love line dancing.
Mm-hmm. Like
I know
you
how
said,
to
Right.
do
card.
some too.
Yeah.
Where
And
them
that's good
fans
to.
at?
Yeah. To move, to move while you're there. So you're not just sitting and eating around the food, because we tend to hover around where the food is. And if it's there, you're going to snack. So move away, pull out the Uno cards. If you can't play spades, Scrabble, put a puzzle together. We have, like I've talked to Chris about putting a puzzle out on the table. Most people, if they're sitting there, they'll try and put some pieces together. That keeps your mind occupied. If you have a crossword puzzle book, you bring that and because I can, how many of us like sit and watch TV and you scroll in your phone. I'll do a word search. I can be like, even if you watch the game, like look up at the game every now and again and then do something else, but definitely try and get some activity during that time so you're not just sitting and eating.
Absolutely. And even if you're watching the game and calling all the plays and yelling at the ref and yelling at the screen, right? When somebody misses the catch or the kicker misses the kick, you had one job, dude. But even if you are all in the game, take advantage of the commercial breaks to get up and move. That's kind
Yeah.
of like a go-to
Mm-hmm.
practice for just a part of CYO Square or anything else when you're coaching for wellness sake and reminding people to get up and move because motion is lotion, right? Motion is medicine. So during the
Mm-hmm.
commercial break, go do some, jumping jacks, some sit-ups, challenge. My gosh, people are in that environment and they're feeling very competitive anyway. How about the fans of this team challenge the fans of the other team so that
Yeah.
during the commercial breaks, they can have like little competitions. Who can run around the house fastest? Who can do the most push-ups? Who can do the most
Mm-hmm.
jumping jacks? Have
Yeah.
you guys seen any of those videos? Oh my gosh, I was just loving them all. They're so hilarious. during the holidays and leading up to the holidays where families are playing those reindeer games, and they've like come up with like all these really creative games that they're playing using holiday ornaments and whatever else. You can adapt those for any setting. So do some that are like big game themed, and like people were trying to see who could unwrap ribbon the fastest and then re-spool it around their wrist or their arm. They, do the waddling across the room with a balloon between their knees. There's just all these really great
Yeah.
ideas. But since people are feeling competitive anyway, I cannot remember a single setting where every single person was rooting for the same team. So you already have that kind of competition there. And so if people are doing fun stuff during those commercial breaks, and then of course, when all the ads start, you could have like some kind of game tied to that. For every ad that's about beer, everybody does X. For every ad that's about, guys trying to pick up women, you can do Y. For every ad that is goofy and they wasted millions of dollars on buying time, you can have a little activity you can do for that one. But it's a
I
great
love
time to just
that.
get up and move.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. And those are very popular on social media. So I think that would be such a good time. They could post themselves on social media. Like, look, we did this competition. I love that.
Yeah, those are really good ideas. Some others that come to mind for me, are karaoke. I don't know if
Oh,
other people are
girl.
going to enjoy it or not, but like, put the karaoke out. I'm gonna get down on it. Which also means like somebody could play DJ as well. So
Mm.
like you got the game on, but you got somebody that's giving us the music during the whole time. We need somebody to play DJ, and then I'm in my bingo season, creating my
Yes.
own bingo card. So maybe there's a game day bingo card, and I don't know, have some prizes associated with it, but
Yes.
make it fun, creating that bingo card that folks can participate with.
That could be
I
where
love
they do
that.
with those commercials. If they had these commercials, those could be some of the squares. If the kicker misses a field goal, that could be a square. All those
Mm-hmm.
kinds of things. Great ideas. Great ideas.
I
Good
love it.
one.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Awesome, guys. Cool. Well, you know what? This was the bonus round. This was the last round. So we are pretty much done. And I definitely appreciate you guys for showing up and sharing all of these wonderful strategies for the big game, because I'm sure it'll be helpful to someone out there who's watching. And to everyone who's watching, I hope these are helpful to you. I really hope that you found a new strategy and you can introduce some new games to your big game celebrations. So thank you guys. Thank you. Everybody just give yourselves a round of
Thank you
applause.
for having us.
Woo!
This has been so
Yes,
much
this was
fun.
so fun.
This was
Awesome.
so
Yeah.
fun. And we do want to bring some more of these types of conversations to all of our participants of the Change Your Lifestyle, Change Your Life program at BWHI, but also to the people who might still be thinking or on the fence about joining one of our programs. So what I'd like you guys to do that are watching is please scan this QR code and give us some feedback. Tell us, let us know how we did with this one, and you will have an opportunity to make some suggestions for some future discussions. And we may have some live ones so that you as participants can come on here and ask your questions directly to us. So we do appreciate all of you guys showing up, and we look forward to seeing you guys again. Until the
Absolutely.
next
Can I add
time.
one thing, Erin?
Oh, yeah.
If you have anybody out there watching, if you have any other great ideas for, the game day game plan, please submit
Mm-hmm.
those. We'd love to hear those. We'd love to
Mm-hmm.
see them. Thank you. We appreciate your input.
Yes. Yeah, and I know football season's almost over, but we can use this throughout. All this stuff
Yes.
is transferable to everyday life,
Any
to
sport,
the
any
next
sport,
birthday party, to the next
Yeah.
baby
right?
shower, to the next basketball game, baseball game.
Holiday.
Family
Yes,
reunion.
whatever. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And if you are interested in learning more about our programming, then when you get this video, you will see some information about how to sign up for one of our programs. But in the meantime, enjoy your big game, enjoy your celebrations, the social aspect that goes along with it, and just to your health, to good health. Wishing
Yeah.
that to
Your
everyone.
health.
All right.
Yes,
Good
good
health.
health.
Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.